In most of my videos, I try to do a lot of research and really prepare for the videos. That way I'm giving you, the viewer, the best information that I can. In this video, it's going to be a little bit different because I haven't done any research for this and I'm really not prepared for it. So we'll all be here just watching me probably fail and maybe learn together. So that's the idea of the video. I want to see if someone with only $100 with little to no experience in day trading could make money. So come on the journey with me today and let's see if I can make money or if my wife's going to be a little upset with me when she gets home today. But first, breakfast. So I just transferred $100 into my Robinhood account, but I'm using Robinhood because I'm assuming that most people who are going to be getting started day trading are going to be using Robinhood. And if you're using Robinhood, then you need to be using it on a computer, because if you're on a desktop or laptop or whatever, rather than just your phone, then you have some additional capabilities that the phone application just doesn't give. So for example, let's take a look at Apple. When you go to Apple's page on Robinhood, you can go ahead and hit this expand button, and then it's going to give you a wider view with a little bit more detail on what's going on. And right now it's on the line chart, but I want to look at the candlesticks. When you're looking at the candlesticks here, what you're actually seeing is the range of where the price went. But looking at the candlesticks can be really helpful because it can tell you that during this period of time, it'll tell you exactly how much the stock price moved. And I said earlier that I didn't do any research to prepare for this video, and that's true. I didn't do any specific research, but there is one thing that I already sort of know about day trading. This is the RSI, or Relative Strength Index. The RSI is a momentum indicator, so it can tell you whether or not a stock may be overbought or oversold. So typically, the RSI should be within a normal range of 30 on the low end and 70 on the high end. And what that means is if the line here is approaching 70, then that indicates that the stock may be becoming overbought and that there may be a dip in price. And then on the flip side of that, and it happened pretty quickly in this case, but if the RSI is going to around 30 or especially below 30, then you may see an increase in price because the stock may be oversold. It went down to 35, and you can kind of see that that did happen. The RSI here was at about 35, and then we saw this increase in price. And then it became overbought again right here, and the RSI is at about 65. And then the price came back down. I think that this may be oversold, and I'm going to invest, let's say $25. Okay, and it's done. Let's see how that goes. I'm going to leave that one for now. Okay, let's check out Disney. Disney's doing pretty good today. They're up 2.45% so far. Let's check out, you know what, RSI is a little bit low. They've been trailing down. I think they're going to come back up. You know what, let's throw $30 into Disney. All right, now back to Apple. Let's see how that's doing. All right, not too bad. We're up on Apple by about 10 cents. Feeling good about that. All right, there's this company called Upstart. So I'm looking at Upstart, and they are trading pretty high for the day. They're up over 10%. Their RSI is a little bit higher than I would prefer to buy in at, so I'm going to leave that one alone for now. I think that may be a little bit risky. They may have already had their run for the day. Pilgrim's Pride. I have no idea what this company is. So they're up 20% for the day. Their RSI is pretty high too. So I'm going to leave that one alone. We can see that it's trending downward right now, and so we may see a drop in price, and so that's one I don't want to get into. And I'm just checking out the daily movers section on Robinhood. I'm looking right now mostly at stocks that have already had a pretty good run today. But let's check out SoFi Technologies. They're down 14% for the day. Let's see if maybe they're at a dip, and we might be able to ride that back up. Oh, you know what? That's not too bad. RSI is at 29.45 right now. I like that. Let's play around with that. Let's see if we can get in. We'll throw $20 there. So we just bought $20 worth of SoFi Technologies. Let's check out how they've been doing over the past month. So they tanked like today. They had a pretty bad day. So I already made a mistake. I put money into Apple when I already own some shares of Apple in this account. And so that makes it a little bit difficult to calculate my gains. I'll probably just pull out the money pretty soon. Once I know I've made a little bit, I'll just pull out whatever I put in to start with and just keep going, put the money somewhere else instead. So let's check out another company that's had an awful day. SOC Telemed. Ooh, this is kind of like a penny stock. I rarely mess around with penny stocks. Let's just take a look. So they're down 27.6% for the day. Their RSI is a little bit high, and with how much of a loss they've already had, how much volatility there is with penny stocks, I just don't think that it's really worth it to get into this one right now. Because look, I know that I'm day trading, but at the same time, I would like to make some money today. I don't want to just gamble the money away and just kind of see what happens. So let's go back to the daily movers. Let's check out Context Logic. So this company appears to be down 21% for the day. So Context Logic, I just don't love where their RSI is sitting. It makes me a little bit uncomfortable seeing it that high to jump into. All right, let's check out Eargo. I've never even heard of this. Down 22%. RSI is pretty low. So I'm going to do it. $20? $20 sound good to Ear. We'll do $20, review order, buy. All right. So how much cash do I have left to spend? Okay, so it looks like I only have $5.91. Well, let's check back on Apple. You know what? Apple's already doing great, honestly. I was going to pull my money out, that way I can buy another stock, but I've already made, 2% off that trade. So really not bad there. So it looks like Eargo may not have been the best idea. I have already lost 1.4%. 1.7%. Okay, not feeling good about that one. Let's see how it goes though. They've still got room to come back up. We'll see what happens with them. So my Apple position for the day is up about 20 cents from where I bought earlier, but I'm just going to sell right now. That way I can get into something where it's a little easier to tell what the gains are, where I don't already own shares. I sold out of my Apple position, took a 20-cent profit. Turns out that's about 0.8% profit, and I'm happy with that. It's not too bad. And let's check back and see how some of these other ones are doing. Disney, it looks like I've lost 14 cents. SoFi, I'm up 7 cents. Eargo, I'm down 21 cents, but not bad. So I've got about $31 of buying power. So let's check back and see what the daily movers are, see how they're doing. Because really what we're looking for here is we're looking for opportunities where there's a lot of volume being traded. Because we want to take advantage of any sort of discrepancy between what the price should be and what the price is right now. And when there's a lot of trade volume, a lot of momentum going up or down, it's easier to capitalize on those possible gains. Let's check out PAV Med. They're a little overbought, not crazy overbought, but it doesn't look like a good deal to me. And good deals only. That's all I'm going for. Good deals only. Xometry, never heard of these guys. And their RSI is pretty high too. So they're actually down for the day. They're down $4.70, but they might continue. They might see a drop here. Well, who knows? They might stay high. All right, let's try Convey Holding Planet. Okay, not too bad. They're up 16% for the day, and their RSI is actually pretty low. Here's what I'm seeing here. We've got this massive price jump of about 16%, starting from the beginning of the day, and now the RSI is sitting at 34.69, which is low. It's not like crazy low, like something is absolutely going to happen, but I'd say it's low enough for me to get in. And I'm going to throw... How much money do I have? I'm going to throw $31 into here. This holding company is already up 16% for the day. And I just got in, I put in $31, and let's see if they'll go up any further. So we go back to my home. Looks like I'm still down on my Disney position. SoFi still up, Ear still down, and I'm down on the Convey holding company. Holding parent. So I'm going to let that sit for a little bit. I'm going to check on these positions and just kind of watch how they play out. And when it gets to a point where I feel like I've made a decent profit, or if it's gone too far, then I'll get out. All right, so we're checking out Convey Holding Parent, and we can see that the RSI is crazy high. And so I think it's a little bit overbought right now, and the price is probably about to drop. So I'm thinking it's time to sell off all these shares and take our profit. So far, we're up 0.31%, not bad, I'll take that. Let's go ahead and get rid of these shares. And now this is where I learn about Robinhood's day trading policy. All right, looks like Ear is down, SoFi is down, Disney is down. All right, looking at SoFi, the RSI is approaching 70. It's not quite there, and so I'm thinking maybe it's time to sell. All right, return on SoFi is not too bad. Went up to 0.17, 0.13, 0.1. All right, and that's day trade number 3 of 4. So I'm getting close to that line. All right, let's check out Eargo again. Okay, price has gone up a little bit. RSI is climbing. RSI looking like it's at about 60. That's pretty high. It's coming up from about 20. So 20 to 60, I'd say that's a pretty good jump. I think it's about time to take out some profit. Right now we're looking at a 1% return. Yeah, this is awesome. And what is this? Day trade warning. Okay, it looks like it's not gonna let me place my trade until I change my settings. Now how the freak do I change this? Okay, well, that sucks. Now it went, okay, so it went from a 1% return to a 0.1% return. That's awful. That's what I was afraid of. I was worried that the price was going to change that much, and that took me so long just to try and figure out how to change those settings. It's barely making me a profit at all right now, but you know, I'll wait to sell. Hopefully it'll come back up a little bit more. Oh no. Oh no, I did not mean to do that. I just sold those shares. So I had my mouse just hovering above the sell button, and I meant to just move it away, but I tapped instead and I just sold those shares. That sucks. So I made a couple mistakes today. And I think the biggest one is not having $25,000 in my Robinhood account, because I got flagged for day trading. So today I learned that according to Robinhood's company policy, you actually have to have $25,000 in your account to be able to day trade. Otherwise, if you make 4 trades where you buy and sell the same company's stock in the same day, then you get flagged for day trading, and you're not allowed to buy and sell the same shares again within a 90-day window. So after making my last trade of Eargo and selling out of that position, I wasn't able to sell out of my Disney shares. And I realized this after I went to sell my shares in the Convey holding parent company, where I had this message pop up that said day trading activity like 2 of 4. And it was just letting me know of their policy where, you know, I had bought and sold the Apple shares at first with basically no consequence. But then once I had bought and then I was going to sell the Convey holding parent company shares, then it was letting me know, hey, you're only going to be allowed to make up to 4 trades in this day if you buy those shares and then sell them today. But really, you should only make 3, because if you make 4, we're going to flag your account for day trading and then not allow you to be day trading for the next 90 days unless you bring your account balance over 25 grand. So once I learned about Robinhood's policy on day trading, I actually had to change up my strategy, because for most of these companies, I haven't done the research on their balance sheet. I don't know what their income statement looks like, and I don't necessarily believe in all these companies long term. Nothing against any of them, but I just haven't done the research for those purposes. For day trading, you don't necessarily need to know what their balance sheet looks like, but if I'm investing in a company long term, I want to know things like, what's their free cash flow like? What's the earnings per share looking like? Do they have a sizable moat within their industry? You know, those are things that I would be interested to know, but I didn't look into any of those things for day trading, because you don't really need to. And since I had already bought the shares of 5 different companies, I had to make a decision on which one I am going to hold for the long term, because I won't be able to sell this at least for the next 5 days. And that kind of sets me up for a nice swing trade if that's an opportunity, but at the same time, I chose Disney because I actually do believe in Disney, and I have done some research on their stock before. And I didn't own any in this portfolio, but I do in another portfolio or on another brokerage. So even though I'm not making money off of Disney today during a day trade, I could still make money off of them long term, or maybe through a swing trade next week. So taking that into consideration, as far as my calculations and the numbers that you're going to see here, I took out the $30 from that number. So I put $30 into Disney at the start of the day, but since I didn't actually sell that, I'm not including it in my day trading calculations, if that makes sense. So let's take a look at how much I actually made on my first day trading. If you look at Apple, I made 20 cents, Convey holding parent 10 cents, SoFi Technologies 2 cents, barely made a profit there. And Eargo, because of my stupid mistake and being blocked on when I tried to execute my trade, I lost a cent. If you break that down, that adds up to a total of 30-cent gain. So I did make money during the day, and it's a 0.32% gain for the money that I was trading with. I did include Disney here just so you could look at, But I didn't actually include them when I was calculating the totals for how much I made because I didn't actually sell those shares since I was only able to make 4 trades during the day. Because of Robinhood's restrictions on day trading without a certain account minimum, I wasn't able to sell those and I wasn't able to make more trades like I thought I'd be able to. So all in all, not a bad day. I mean, I did make money. Was it worth it to have the extra stress of day trading to actually do this and only get an extra 0.32%? Maybe not. I don't know. That's up to you if you want to do that sort of thing. But would I do it again? Probably, yeah. So what did I learn? My technical analysis really only consisted of one indicator. And if you actually know what you're doing in day trading, then you know that RSI is useful, but to actually use it correctly, then you need other indicators and other things going on to confirm what you're thinking about where that stock's going to go. And it worked out all right for me overall, but honestly, you could just say that I got lucky. Even though I did make money, it really wasn't that much. And that's partly because I was only using $100, and really that got whittled down to using $70. But even if you look at just the percentage that I made, I only got 0.3%, which is a win. I made money still. And that could be attributed to me and the stocks that I picked, but at the same time, I am a beginner and I feel like that's not awful. I still made money. And honestly, I was kind of annoyed when Robinhood banned me from making more than 4 trades in the day, but at the end of the day, I think it makes sense. Honestly, it's a little bit comforting that they have that in place because Robinhood is so accessible for everyone. And I think that that's awesome to make investing accessible to the masses, but day trading maybe isn't the best strategy for everyone. So I'm glad that they have some account minimums in place to actually stop people from just gambling all their money away. Even though it was kind of annoying to me because I was prepared to gamble away all my money, I think it's comforting to know that that is there. If I were to get more into day trading, then I'd probably want to use a different platform. Robinhood is good, and don't get me wrong, I'm happy that they exist. I think their overall effect on the investing community is a net gain. But at the same time, I'd rather use a software that has a little bit more technical ability just baked into it. And to get more into day trading, I would need to educate myself as well on different techniques, on things that I can do and things to look for, and on how to know if it's going to be a good trade. And ultimately, this was a fun little experiment, and I'll probably do it again sometime, but that doesn't mean that this is going to replace my long-term index fund investing for my retirement. I think it makes sense to still keep money in index funds and have that be the long-term play, and then maybe have a little bit of money that's your risky money, and you're willing to bet that money in day trading. And if you've gotten involved in day trading before, let me know in the comments, and I'd love to hear about your experience on whether you made money or whether or not you lost money. And as always, I love you guys, and I'll catch you next time.